Yo, what's good? This is Casey for L King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, and you're now watching Casey for L Wrestling Take Show. What's going on? This your boy Casey King Self for Life. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna come on here after, let's see, 3.5 hours, 6:30. No, let's see, 6:30 to 9:57. I think that's what's that? Was that 6:30, 7:30, 1 hour, 7:30, 8:32, 8:30, 9:30. 3 hours and some change. 3 hours and 30 minutes. No, 3 hours about 20-some minutes. Slammiversary 2023 has come and gone, ladies and gentlemen. And afterwards, I done watched the pay-per-view. I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. I'm going to say it right now. Boy, did we eat on this show. When I say we ate, we ate. We ate. If you know what I mean when I say we ate, we ate. Now, was it the best pay-per-view on the planet? Was it better than Money in the Bank? Was it better than Forbidden Door? I'll tell y'all that when I'm done with this review. But overall, I thought it was a very decent pay-per-view. A lot of things happened. Title changes happened up the butt. Man, we got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot. We're going to talk about Slammiversary. We will talk about AEW Collision. And we will talk about the worst show out of all three shows tonight. Battle of the Belts 7. My goodness, man. You would have thought TK would have learned. I got to make sure Battle of the Belts not only means something, but the production team has to make sure they produce it right. We'll get there when we get there. But ladies and gentlemen, we opened up the show with a 6 women, or I'm going to say it like this. 5 women, 1 male trios match. We had Team Giselle versus Team Jody Threat. So that's Giselle's team consists of Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Jay Vidal versus Jody Threat, Death Dolls, which is Courtney Rush and Jessica. Now, these two actually used to be the girls that wore the makeup. I forgot their names, but they I guess they had a completely different gimmick change. That's what it is. The new gimmick change for them. It was okay match. Not really nothing too special. This is just basically to get the crowd hype. They was in Ontario, Canada. Man, Canada been eating like crazy. I mean, AEW taking over Canada right now, but the fact that Slammiversary Impact was out there, I mean, they've been eating. Canada has been eating. They've been getting their wrestling worth. Wrestling up the butt. They've been eating. Team Jody wins. It is what it is on that. I mean, nothing really too crazy. The ladies plus the one dude in the match got an opportunity to do a little something, but it is what it is on that. Team Jody wins, and then we move on to that. Now, I thought it was supposed to be 3 matches on the pre-show. It was only 2. We got the Digital Media Championship match. Now, I thought this was a very good matchup. Joey Hendry, this gimmick that he has where he sings his theme song and he claps twice and he claps and all of this. So the storyline was Kenny King was an ex-stripper. And I didn't know that Joe Hendry had the digital championship for over 240 days. It was his streak was 247. So I knew. And the fact that they had a tag team match on the Go Home show and Kenny King lost, that told me right there that Kenny King definitely was going over. The question was, how the heck was Kenny King going over? So they was doing what they needed to do. Now, his right-hand man, Sheldon Jean, was right there watching everything and trying to make sure that everything, quote-unquote, went down the middle. But obviously, that's not the case. Kenny King is the heel, so Sheldon going to do his heel things. Kenny King actually got the victory. And he is now, because Sheldon Jean held his feet down on the ropes. Referee didn't see it while he was counting. Joey Hendry's title run has come to an end, and we are now looking at the new digital media champion, Kenny King. Salute to the brother. He got it done. Great. I thought this was a good matchup. They did what they had to do. So then right away, we move into the first matchup, Ultimate X, with the following 5 cats: Kushida, Alan Angels, Jonathan Gresham, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey. And out of nowhere, to turn to a 6-man Ultimate X match, Jake something came out of nowhere. So I was like, oh, Jake something just came out of nowhere. Now I was sitting up thinking Alan Angels was going to find a way to get it done. And boy, was he doing everything in his power. And they kept talking about Alan Angels was 9 years old in that crowd way back in the day. And he said, I'm going to be in this match one day. Sure enough, he found a way to get into it. He was trying hard. He was low blowing everybody, kicking everybody in the nuts. He was doing everything in his power to see if he can win that Ultimate X match. Jonathan Gresham, I couldn't help but go back to that promo he cut when he was in AEW. I'm the best. I'm the best. Every time I see Jonathan Gresham, I can't help but think of that promo. Kevin Knight had the match won at the very beginning. He was right up there. All he had to do was grab that thing, but he knew, no, we can't end this match this quick. We got to get some going. We got to keep it going. Mike Bailey. Now, I didn't know my man wrestled with no shoes on. This dude was flipping and kicking everybody and doing all kind of crazy. He climbed all the way up top, jumped on everybody. Listen, man, everybody in this matchup did good. And then Kushida. Now, I've already knew Kushida was great from watching him in his NXT days. He even tried to come over to AEW for a hot second. But Kushida getting this done, I was like, yo, Kushida found a way. Alan Angels was this close. Alan Angels was this close to getting it done, but he did not succeed. Kushida is now the Ultimate X winner, which means he has an opportunity at whoever the current X Division champion is. Great opener. I thought all 6 men did a great job. Then we move on. Kenny King cut a promo about what he did, talking about that man kept calling me a stripper. He said, well, this stripper just beat Johnny Hendry, and he was basically making fun of his song, his gimmick with the clap. And he pretty much said the Kenny King new digital media championship era begins right now. Hey, great promo. Young man did work. He got it done. Salute to him. So we move into the women's knockout world tag team championship match. The Coven, which is Taylor Wilde and Killian King versus Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly. Now, listen, if you wasn't really paying attention, you would have thought all 4 of these girls were stable. They were just trying to see who was the better 2 women in the group. I thought this was a solid tag team match for the women. I knew based on with Masha and Killer Kelly coming together, I said ain't no way in the world they're not walking out with these tag team titles. The Coven, Taylor Wilde and Killian King, they tried desperately to hold on to these titles. They did everything in their power to hold on, but Masha and Killer Kelly said, we ain't walking out with these things. We will be crowned new champions. The girls did work. They came in there. They did what they had to do. They got the job done. And they are now sitting here right now as your new Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. Salute to Masha and salute to Killer Kelly. Great match. I thought the girls did good. Great match. We get to this matchup. We get to Bully Ray and Cody Deaner with Khan versus Scott D'Amore and whoever his tag team partner was. Now, the special enforcer was Darren McCarty. Now, Darren McCarty is an ex-hockey player, 4-time NHL world champion. He was the special enforcer. So everybody was wondering who the heck Scott D'Amore was going to get. Oh, and Scott D'Amore's mama was sitting ringside. She looked exactly like him. I said, I was thinking, could they possibly get Petey Williams? But see, I didn't know Petey Williams is currently working with WWE as a producer. Then I was like, it's got to be Eric Young. It has to be. Because this is Team Canada all over again. You got to go get somebody who was working with Team Canada. Sure enough, a returning Eric Young and Cody Deaner looked like he was shocked. Bully Ray looked shocked. I say Cody Deaner is not in Impact if it wasn't for Eric Young. Eric Young is back as a babyface, and Cody Deaner looked like, oh no, I thought I left this clown behind. I thought first of all, this clown left me behind. He left me in the clown jail cell looking goofy as possible because he wanted me to be in some clown occult of his. Now he come back here and he trying to team with Scott D'Amore. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the baby faces have been on the run. The only heel so far that won was Kenny King. So I'm sitting up here like, okay, he's at the crib. His mama's sitting ringside. I'm like, do Scott D'Amore and them lose? Nope. Bully Ray went through a doggone table. Cody Deaner and them, they tried. They was not successful. Scott D'Amore and Eric Young get the victory, and Team Canada wins. Now, I want to say this. This crowd would let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be honest with you. The one reason why I won't go to where I want to go with this pay-per-view is because the crowd. I feel like the crowd made noises a couple of times. Like this matchup, they made some noise. But I just feel like a crowd makes or breaks a pay-per-view. If they just sitting there on their hands and knees not making no noise, you really, what can you do? What can you do? In Ontario, you would have think they would have been going nuts. Now, listen, they made some noise, but I just felt like a lot of things that was on the show was kind of tough to watch because the crowd, they not really invested. Like, now, you would think they would be invested because these are hardcore Impact fans, but the way how they reacting, reacting as if the match don't matter. Like, that's kind of like what most of the matches on the show was until I get to the main meat and potatoes of the pay-per-view. But they was hyped for this. Scott D'Amore, Eric Young put Bully Ray through a doggone table. Hey, fans went crazy, and that's that. So, we get the X Division Championship match. Chris Sabin versus Leo Rush. Ladies and gentlemen, now, I don't know. Chris Sabin must be injured or something. He must be injured. Let me see. I'm reading. He must have some kind of neck sprain or something. Something's going on because as soon as the match didn't even start. Leo Rush came out first, and then as soon as Chris Sabin came out, he jumped over the ropes and kicked him in the head. So I'm like, okay, maybe he just selling the injury, and they probably about to cook. They finna eat, right? No, man. Chris Sabin get into the ring. He tried to do a couple of things. Leo Rush get him. He kick out one time. But then Leo Rush does his finisher. And I kid you not, the match was over. I think the match probably was like 3 minutes, 4 minutes at best. And I was like, that's how he won? I mean, kudos to Leo Rush winning. But I was expecting a Matt Classic. I thought Chris Sabin and Leo Rush was finna bring the house down. But Chris Sabin must seriously be injured where he couldn't really do the match. So he just said, you know what, let me just do the job for Leo. And we'll run it back when I get healthy. So congratulations on Leo Rush. Like I said, we was eating all show long. I mean, just eating left and right. So here's your next heel winning because I think Chris Sabin is injured. So kudos to those two. We get Alex Shelley being spoken to by the young lady named Gia Miller. So she's the young lady that talks like the backstage girl. You know how you got cats like Renee and everybody like Kathy Kelly on WWE Land and all that stuff. Well, she was talking to Alex and she said, I know you just seen what happened, but how do you feel? And Alex Shelley just looked at her as if he was disgusted and didn't really say anything. So now we get the fatal 4-way tag team match for the World Tag Team Champions. Now, I told y'all, when I saw Chris Bay get pinned on TV on Impact, I'm thinking, okay, they definitely going over, correct? Nope. They did. This matchup was good, though, because the crowd was definitely behind it. But I thought Ace and Chris Bay was going to retain them titles. No, they did. This is Team ABC versus Moose Brian Myers, Subculture, which is Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, with Danny Luna, with Danny Luna versus Rich Swann, Sami Callihan. I thought all 8 dudes in this match did great until the following clowns came out of nowhere as a distraction, and they basically took Bay and Austin out. This what they call themselves, the Stun Dog Millionaires. That's who they were, basically beat the brakes off them. And it was Sweet and Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. They stopped him. And Subculture are your new Impact Tag Team Champions. I just had Bay and them retaining. I really did, because Bay looked like a straight up punk on Impact Television. And no, Subculture are your next tag team champs. And I don't know what this means for Ace, and I don't know what this means for Chris Bay. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know. But I thought Moose, Brian, Rick Swann, Sami, I thought everybody looked good. Everybody did a great job in this match. Everybody. But I personally think, for me, I think the wrong team won. I think Ace and Chris Bay should have retained those titles. But this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to put over Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan. So be it. They're your next tag team champions. I can't do nothing about it. So then we get to this matchup. We get to Eddie Edwards with Alicia Edwards versus Frankie Kazarian with his wife, Tracy Brooks. So this go way back. These two actually used to be tight, but Eddie Edwards basically told Frankie, because you left, now you want to come back over here, act like you big man on campus. I don't need your behind no more. So Eddie is the heel. And this time they say, all right, let's both have our wives out there to basically be his forces. So if we get in trouble, our women can help us out. Now, I'm going to be 100% with you. This matchup was okay, but I think the fans was kind of like falling asleep on this match. Like, a lot of people were, and I don't mean falling asleep as in the match was good. I mean, it was some Z's going on in this matchup. Like, even though you had cats doing all kind of stuff, you had the women interacting with each other, but it's just like, it was just there. It's like, okay, this is a grudge match. They've been beefing, so, we got to put it on the card and everything. But I had a feeling, since, like I said, the babyface has been winning like crazy, I just had a feeling that Eddie Edwards and them was going to win. Sure enough, they cheated to win. Eddie won, and that's that. So more than likely, this ain't nowhere near over, because normally when stuff like this go on and you cheat to win, normally the beef continues. So they probably going to end up having some kind of rubber match down the road. I don't know when it's going to be, but like I said, that's that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was okay match, but like I said, it really didn't do too much for me. Then the matchup, the major reason why I decided to even buy this pay-per-view, this matchup right here, I was like, okay, let me see if my girl can get it done. Now, before I continue, I want to give one big shout out to my main man on Twitter. He's one of the biggest Thunder Rosa heads I know. His name is Thunder Rosa Fan. For some strange reason, he don't like Trinity. I don't know why. He wanted Deonna Purrazo to retain. And because she did, he said he can't watch Impact no more. He said that he's not a Tony guy. Talk about Tony Storm. He says the only woman he has right now is Juliana from New Japan Strong. But I say, man, he's something else. He's soaking right now. He upset, but it is what it is. But I thought Deonna and Trinity did work. Both of the girls look good. Both of them came out there looking beautiful as heck. Trinity with the glow stuff. Deonna had this young lady come play out. She was playing violin and everything. Okay, interest. But like I said, that's Deonna. Deonna is that. Let me tell you, this is what I describe Deonna Purrazo. Deonna Purrazo is a stuck up type of woman, but she has class. That's what I feel like her gimmick is. She's a stuck up type of woman, but she has class. And the fact she had the young lady playing the violin, it's like the classical feel, because that's how her theme song is. But Trinity, with this feel, the glow stuff, I'm telling you, man, they came out there, and man, let me tell y'all something. This is what I was going with. I was going with the tag team match, the Fatal 4-Way, as the best match on the show outside of Kenny King versus Joe Hendry. Man, for me, Deonna Purrazo and Trinity Fatu stole the freaking show. Don't care what nobody got to say. This was my match of the night right here. I was looking forward to it. Did it start off slow? Oh, you already know, because both of the girls got to fill out. This is their first time actually wrestling against one another. I think they wrestled as tag team partners before, but I don't believe they actually wrestled each other yet. They had to, quote-unquote, fill each other out. Now, obviously, you already know Deonna Purrazo has every attack to go against Trinity, but Trinity has been studying this girl. She's been studying every move that she was going to throw towards her. And I loved everything they did. And I was on the edge of my seat, because there was scenes where I thought Trinity was getting ready to lose. She was looking like she was going to tap. Deonna Purrazo doing all these crazy move sets on. I'm like, man, I'm watching this. I said, dog, I don't even know what's going to happen right here. I'm like, come on, Trinity. I'm rooting for her. I'm telling you, I'm like, come on. Miss Feel the Glow, Trinity Fatu, found a way to get it done. She laid Miss Deonna out, and she is now your new Knockouts World Champion. That tells me Trinity ain't going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. She's staying right here in Impact. Now, let me go ahead. I got to talk about him, because he know I'm getting on this case. Yes, I'm talking about you, King Mike. I was in my man's stream yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning, and I pulled right on time, and guess what? He's going in on Miss Trinity Fatu's best friend. We all know exactly who that is. That's my main girl, Miss Mercedes Monet. I don't know what kind of hatred my man has for this woman. I mean, he was calling all kind of B words and just this. I'm like, bro, it don't even take all that, man. I'm like, get the hate out your heart, bro. What did she do to you, man? She ain't do nothing to you, man. I said, my man in here cutting up. Then he said she need to go hook up with CM Punk. They need to kiss and I said, man, my man is, listen, King Mike's something else, man. He is something else. That's my boy, but he is something else. Be up there cutting up, clowning, acting a complete fool. But let me tell you something. He was spot on talking about the Shotzi Blackheart situation with that clown JD. Yeah, I said his name. Because JD was out of line. I don't care what JD got to say. Out of line about that Shotzi Blackheart stuff. He said it. He said pride comes before the fall. A prideful man will never admit when he or she's wrong. You was wrong, bro. Yes, nobody knew that. I agree. Nobody knew that her sister was going through the cancer stuff. But you ain't have to sit up there and put that foolishness out there like that, and then double down on it on some real goofy stuff. Just goofy. I'm telling you, just a straight up clown. That's what I say, man. That man just goofy. That man just real silly. But yeah, man, I was in my man's stream. He was going in over there. But then he came talking about a real good idea when it's concerned to the girls over in WWE land, because he heard what I said about a fatal 5-way. But he said, I think I would make it a 6-way. And he's absolutely correct. I believe that's what they need to do. To just kill, 6 birds with one stone. Add Shotzi Blackheart. You got Shotzi, you got Bayley, you got Io, you got Charlotte, you got Bianca, and you got the women's champion herself, Asuka. Just make it a 6-way eliminator title match, and we good to go. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited for my girl Trinity. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying I'm going to be doing reviews. I'm not, because I already do reviews for everything. But there's a possibility that I may possibly continue to keep up with what's going on with Impact. You may possibly get somewhat decent, not too much. Every now and then, I might give you a review of what's going on Impact, because my girl got it done. I'm excited for it. I'm excited what they do. Listen, this is great. This is fantastic. Kudos to Deonna. Kudos to Trinity. Both of the girls did a great job. I'm a happy man. Go ahead, Trinity. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing. You are your new women's knockout world champion. Salute to Miss Trinity Fatu. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we got to the main event. Now, the main event. Y'all know when it says chemistry is the key. Chemistry is the key to a great match. Alex Shelley and Nick Aldis. They talked about the story about Nick Aldis returning back to Impact. He said, I got the call. They said, you want to come back to Impact? He said, I'll come back, but I got to be in the main title picture. I must be in the main title picture. Sure enough, guess who won the championship? Alex Shelley. Nick Aldis and Alex Shelley go back. Alex Shelley, quote unquote, helped train Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis got a big head when he left, went to NWA, and started winning championships over there, and he got big-headed and all that stuff. He feel that Alex Shelley is a peon to him, and that he's coming in here, he gonna win that championship. Now, I thought the main event, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was decent. Nick Aldis tried everything. He tried to cheat, tried to lowbrow that man. He even got himself busted open. Let me tell y'all something. Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes remind me of the same, like, they got the same exact gimmick. Cody Rhodes come out with suits on, talking bull jive. Nick Aldis come out with suits on, talking bull jive. They are the same exact character. The only difference is Nick Aldis is a heel. He's doing his role correctly. I don't know what Cody Rhodes over here trying to do, coming out here with suits, talking about some whoa all day. Nick Aldis, perfect. He's in his lane perfectly. Like I said, I thought the matchup was decent. Alex Shelley retained. The right man went over. Now, the match finished at about 9:52, so I said, okay, we got a lot of time left, right? So Alex Shelley just sitting in the ring. He going around. Fans going crazy. They going nuts. Next thing you know, Mr. North makes his epic return. Josh Alexander, the former Impact World Champion, pulls up. Crowd is going nuts. They are going crazy. He comes out there. He stands in the ring. Alex Shelley is looking at him. I say that man is back for one thing. He wants the title that he has never lost. He wants it back. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander might bang. Now, I think that match might be a whole lot better than this, because even though Nick Aldis is a pretty solid wrestler, I think it's the chemistry. Chemistry helps make a match, I'm telling you. Now, with that being said, I walked away. I thought Slammiversary was a decent pay-per-view. And you know what? I'm here to say it. Impact did a better job than Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank got a 7. Impact, for me, even though it was a decent pay-per-view, overall, I like what I saw. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. Champions were changing hands left and right. And we got a returning Josh Alexander. My girl Trinity 5-2 went over. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving this show an 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. Great pay-per-view. Decent pay-per-view. Hey, we are moving on to AEW Collision. So give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. We are moving on to Collision. Got to talk about it. Got to talk about Collision, because Collision was actually a great show. Now, the beginning of Collision... Oh, we will talk about it. We will talk about it. And I'm going to rip the shreds Battle of the Belt 7. Because listen, AEW not getting the full pass for me. Show was great, but they're not getting the full pass for me tonight. So we're going to break down this whole show, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to start with the very first matchup. The very first matchup. Where is that? The AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, best 2 out of 3 falls match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, I've seen excellent tag team matches. I've seen them all. But these 4 cats right here mess around, and I want to say this. Now, some of y'all might call me biased. Some of y'all might think I'm capping. I saw what Jeff from OTRS Central said, but let me tell y'all something. I think this might have been one of the best tag team matches I've seen, period. Now, the result, on the other hand. Now, let me talk about it. Before the show started, everybody who was wrestling tonight cut a promo on each other. Everybody. From FTR to Bullet Club Gold to CM Punk to Ricky to Ruby to Willow, they all cut promos. Everybody. It was like a little mini promo before we got into it. Now, you know what? I like that format that they go with. It's completely different from Dynamite. Collision is completely different from Dynamite. Yeah, you might get a lot of wrestling, but the way how they present it is presented way better than what they doing on Wednesday nights. We come right into it. I'm sitting up here saying This crowd, Calgary, Canada was on fire. This was one. Listen, AEW having some great crowds. They was on fires from the jump, from the very beginning to the very end. They were making noise all day. This tag team match went an hour and about some change, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, man, let me tell y'all something. When the iron is struck hot, you need to go all the way in. Bullet Club Gold should have won. They should have won the tag team titles last night. There's absolutely no excuse why they didn't win. As excellent as that tag team match was, because it was, I thought they couldn't top themselves from last week. They topped themselves. I said, man, FTR, Bullet Club Gold, phenomenal match. I mean, dog, the iron is struck hot. I think personally, the finals would have been MJF and Adam Cole versus Jay White and Rock Hard Juice Robinson. I think that would have been a better matchup for the AEW tag team titles in the finals. That's just my honest opinion. I think you could tell more story with that. Plus, you got heels with the tag team titles. You got Adam Cole, who is a babyface. You got MJF, who's a heel trying to play as a babyface. It would have made that much more sense. You understand what I'm saying? But Tony Khan said, nope, I'm going to do what the video games that they was playing. I'm going to do that. I was like, no, I didn't want that. I did not want that, because Tony Khan kind of told us on Wednesday night what was going to happen. He told us on Wednesday night with them playing the video game, with them beating the brakes off of FTR, what's going to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, I think Tony Khan's finna make MJF Mr. MJF 2 belts. I'm just telling you right now, I feel like we're going that way. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really want it. I don't want it. I do not want it. I don't want it. Let me tell y'all something. I do like the fact that MJF has been wrestling a lot more, but MJF is special when he's on TV, but he's not wrestling all the time, but he's there. You know what I'm saying? And then when he's not there, because this is the way how you can protect your champion and you can keep them fresh. Unlike what he constantly does with that circus clown known as Orange Cassidy. I cannot wait to get to the Battle of the Belts review. I can't wait, because I'm about to destroy Tony Khan. But FTR ain't doing nothing with these titles. Now, they putting on phenomenal tag team matches. They are. FTR is one of the best tag teams on the planet. You can debate your mama. I'm telling you. They won me over when they had that matchup with DIY years ago. And they just continue to keep showing why they one of the best tag teams out there. I know a lot of people love the Usos. A lot of people love the Young Bucks. I'm an FTR guy. FTR is, and then Bullet Club Gold, Jay White and Juice. Just, I mean, excellent tag team partners. Just excellent. Just, I mean, dog, the iron is struck hot. Go all the way in. You're going to All In a couple of weeks. Y'all going to London. You're going to London. I would have preferred my mans Jay and Juice going to All In with them tag team titles. Meanwhile, FTR could be aligning themselves with CM Punk and getting ready for who. But no, we got to keep the tag team titles on Mr. Dax and Mr. Cash. No, man. No, man. I'm listen, man. The match was excellent. I'm not here to tell you that the match was bad, because it was not. The match was excellent. I know a lot of people don't like the long man matches, but let me tell y'all something. When the stuff is good and you don't know which way they're going until they get there, because it started, Jay White got the first pin. He got the first pin on Dax. Then Dax got the second pin on Jay. And then, or was it Cash? It was one or two. It's Cash. I think it was Cash. Cash, it was one of them two, but they pinned Jay. And then it took a whole long time before we got to that third and final pin. And it was Dax getting Juice Robinson. But I'm sitting up here like, man, the iron is struck hot. I think Bullet Club Gold would have been perfect winning these tag team titles last night. It would have been perfect, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been perfect. I would have been a happy camper. I say, FTR, not only did you put these cats over three times, you put these cats over about 3 or 4 times. And to me, that's perfect, because guess what it says? It says that FTR can't beat Bullet Club Gold. That's a story in itself. These two young men coming together, Juice Robinson and Jay White, are showcasing that the so-called best tag team in the world ain't really all that, because every time they step in the ring with us, we end up defeating them. That's basically what they could have told. And then guess what? You see what happened when I get to CM Punk situation. It would have been perfect, because see, now everybody's vulnerable. Everybody's vulnerable. The whole team. The entire team is vulnerable. Everybody. But no, Tony Khan said, nope, FTR got to go over, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I thought the matchup was excellent. My deal is, I know, like I said, some people don't like the long man matches. I understand. It ain't everybody's cup of tea. But let me tell you something. When cats are cooking, let them cook. The only problem is the result. That is my only issue with this matchup, is the result. When the iron is strike hot, you want to go with what's hot. And I think Bullet Club Gold should have won. It would have been perfect. I would have loved every moment of it. I said, we are off to the fences. I can't wait to MJF and Adam Cole get in the ring with them, because you know they finna put on the show. But I feel like what TK is going to do, this is what I think TK is going to do. TK is going to have MJF and Adam Cole win the tag team titles. And guess what? They're not going to have the tag titles for a long time. They're not. They're going to be transitional champions. And I just hate that. I don't like that foolishness at all. I don't like it. Bullet Club Gold should be your champions right now. But I just know this idiot Tony Khan. I know him. And see, let me tell y'all something. Back to talking about my man King Mike. King Mike constantly says that TK does not know what he's doing. I'm going to tell you this. 50% of the time, he doesn't. The other 50%, he does. Situations like these, you want to strike while the iron is hot. And you want to go this route, because now, guess what? You finna do this hot potato. I'm telling y'all, be on the watch. Be on the watch. You hear me right now. They're going to beat FTR. Adam Cole and MJF is going to beat FTR, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you right now. I'm giving you the spoiler. To me, it's stupid. It's real dumb, because the whole deal is we got to keep these two together until we get to All In. Because y'all know the matchup between Adam Cole and MJF is going all the way to All In. That's what TK wants to do. So come July 29th, they're going to win those tag team titles. And they're going to have those titles all the way until August 27th. So that they'll have them for what, a couple of weeks. You know it's coming. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just giving y'all what's about to pop off. So when stuff happen, you won't be shocked, because you heard it here first from Casey for Wrestling Takes. It's bound to happen. We wouldn't even have to deal with that if Bullet Club Gold would have won these tag team titles. And they won them tag team titles, guess what? They not losing them things for a minute. They going through All In. They going through All Out. They going through full gear. They would have the tag team title. I would have them lose them tag team titles going into next year sometime. And I would establish the tag team division around Bullet Club Gold. That's what I would do. You want to rebuild your tag team division. Put the titles on some heels, so now you can build up baby faces and they can chase. That's the whole point. That's what, salute to my homeboy King. I mean, not King Mike. Salute to King Mike. Salute to Mel. Because Mel said this. Mel said the best part of wrestling is when it's about the chase. The chase is the best part. It's getting people invested. And I feel you put the tag team titles on some heels and you build around them and you build up certain baby faces to go after them. But I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to help Tony Khan out. But TK, you know what he do. TK go the complete opposite. He go the complete opposite, man. But I've spent a whole lot of time talking about this. Congrats to FTR on retaining their titles, which we should have knew better. We should have knew that when Bullet Club Gold won last week, they wasn't winning this week. It was a dead giveaway, but it is what it is on that. So we get the women's On Hearts final. Ruby Soho versus Willow Nightingale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. I just knew Ruby Soho was winning this. I just knew she was winning this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second time she done made her way to the finals. Let me tell y'all something. How many times Ruby has been in the finals of something and she has come up short. She was in the finals for the TBS titles. She lost. She was in the finals last year for the On Heart thing. She lost. Second time in the finals for the On Heart thing. And you think she would have won. She tried to cheat. She tried to get the little stuff. and it backfired. Willow Nightingale went over. Now, I was thinking that Athena was going to cost her because Athena lost last night on Rampage, right? No. Athena wasn't nowhere in sight. Athena was nowhere in sight. And Willow took advantage of that. Willow Nightingale is your Owen Hart Tournament Cup winner for the women's side of things. You know what, man? Kudos to Willow, man. Willow is out here doing work right now. And I thought this matchup was great. It was an excellent match. Ruby and Willow did a great job. I did a great job, man. Kudos to Willow. I mean, I didn't have Willow winning. I did, but let me tell y'all something. How many times have you heard me go in about TK not doing us right? Man, TK kind of been, listen, he kind of showcases that, listen, I need to start booking my black talent with some prestige, with some respect. I mean, and as of late, I'm not saying everything is great, but as of late, with everything that's been transpiring, we sure been looking pretty good right now. I mean, Swerve getting the main event on Dynamite, beating Nick Wayne. I thought Nick Wayne was winning that. He won. Keith teaming up with Dustin Rhodes, looking dominant, getting the victory. Willow doing what she had to do. I was like, you know what, man? Kudos. Now, this is the question. Now, Ruby is more ticked off. Ruby is more ticked because it's like, man, it's like every time she come up here, every time it's like boom. And then, but let me tell y'all something. Obviously, I can tell you right now, Ruby actually did not mind putting over Willow. I thought based on that promo she did on Twitter earlier this week, she had this in the bag based on how she was talking. But deep down inside, y'all don't know. Everybody know Ruby and Willow are homegirls for real. Even though they adversaries right now, they beefing. But outside the ring, Ruby and Willow are homegirls, and she wanted to put her over. So I want to give nothing but praise to my girl Ruby Soho right now. Ruby Soho, I wish you the best. I want TK to start showcasing why you matter in this company. But what Ruby has been doing, Ruby has been putting over everybody. She has been putting everybody over. And her part in the Outcast is perfect. Her and Tony are great. The one that's kind of like the one holding them back, I hate to say it, is Saraya. Now, obviously, we know Saraya is not ready to go full throttle yet. We know that. But like I said, I'm telling you, I just want to see what TK is going to do now because it seems like Ruby keep losing everything. So I wonder, does Ruby... Because I think, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm not even watching the pay-per-view, but I think we're getting Willow Nightingale versus Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. It wouldn't shock me if Ruby cost her. It wouldn't shock me at all. It wouldn't. But I thought the ladies did good, and congratulations to Miss Willow Nightingale. So we get a back. Now, let me tell y'all something. This was the best thing QT and Harley did this entire time being together with Hobbs. This was the best thing. And I heard QT went against Penta at the Triple X Mania show, and he won. It was an ambulance match or something like that. Don't make no sense to me, but that's what they said. He won. QT was in there trying to... So, you got Tony Schiavone standing outside trying to get a word from Hobbs. QT and Harley Quinn ran in there, tried to calm her down, and Hobbs was just sitting there on the seat, and he looks ticked off. He looks like he's ready to beat the snot out of QT Marshall. He's like, you know what, man? I'm tired of this food. I'm tired. He's like, listen, man, look. He said, man, I gave you my word. We go back, man. I mean, look, ever since you got with me, man, everything has been great. If I was Hobbs, you know what I would have did? I would have laid it behind out. He said, you know what? Yeah, you did. You gave me your word, and that's all. And he just pushed him back, and he walked off. Listen, Powerhouse Hobbs is eventually going to lay that fool out. We're going to get what we want because King Mike said it. King Mike was talking about he said he was on point with them getting together, but this foolishness with Harley Kramer trying to get a rap career and all this nonsense is just a waste of time. And I agree, it sure is a waste of time. It's stupid. But more than likely, Powerhouse Hobbs is leaving him. He's going to leave QT Marshall. He's going to do his own thing, and I'm just ready for it. I can't wait. I'm ready for it, and that's that. So we get the Kings of Black Throne, which is Brody King and Malachi Black with Julia Hart in their corner. No Buddy Matthews, not sure exactly where he was at. They went against two jobbers. Don't know the jobbers' names, but that's exactly what they got up here. They was the hometown hero clowns They did what they supposed to. Andrade came out there, tried to get his mask back, and they used that as a distraction. But it really wasn't a distraction for the jobbers, because the jobbers was there to just do the job. And that's that. So obviously they continue the storyline with that. So we get to the main event, Ricky Starks versus CM Punk. Now, before I go into this matchup, to all the people who hate CM Punk is back, and all the people who automatically said CM Punk was winning this thing, I just know y'all eating crow right now. Every single one of y'all. I just knew my entire timeline. Oh, man, y'all all know this thing is set up for Punk. It's all a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I'm like, man, y'all don't understand why he came back. Y'all just don't get it. The man came back because he's here to do business. And I like the fact that he's back here. He ain't playing no more. He ain't playing. That man ain't playing. And a lot of people just say, oh, he's just back there to try to take everybody's spot and do it. Like, no, he's back here because he's here to help the company do business. And that's exactly what he came back to do. Ricky Starks came out there. The crowd was hot. The crowd was ecstatic for him. CM Punk come out there, and it's a mixed reaction. And he embraced every moment of it. He loved the boos. He loved the cheers. He loved everything. Now, when these two got in the ring, they looked at each other. And they had that some looks on their face like, yeah, I see what you finna do. Like, okay, but here's the deal. CM Punk straight up underestimated Ricky Starks. He thought he was going to come in there because dude was tight with him, that he was going to get an easy victory. No, it wasn't like that. These two started just doing a bunch of arms drags and trying to get over. You seen the sign that said crying man child field. Let me tell y'all something, man. CM Punk embraced everything. Match chemistry, rolling with whoever you in the ring with, trying to tell the story, because that's exactly what these two men did. I loved every moment of this match. Until we got to the very end. Ricky Starks used the heel tactic to win. He grabbed the ropes to pin CM Punk. And he is now the men's Owen Hart Cup winning champion for the Foundation Tournament thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Starks, as soon as he walked out, there was my man Liger, the Japanese dude who just went into the Hall of Fame for WWE side. Oh, no, he went in last year. He was standing there with the trophy thing, and he grabbed it and walked off. Ricky kind of somewhat was acting heelish at the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, they did great. Matchup was great. The right man went over. For all the fools that said CM Punk was winning, I know y'all eating all kind of crow right now. Y'all said this man was winning. No. He didn't. He came back to do work, and he put Ricky Starks over. Man, listen, outside of the first result, Collision once again did work. Collision truly is the A show, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly the A show. Dynamite got to step it up. It has to step up. You want people to give a crap about All Out and All In coming up? Step your freaking game up. Now we go to the worst part of the show, which is Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts 7. And sitting ringside was Chris Benoit's son, David Benoit. Very interested that he was sitting ringside. So we open the show with Tony Khan's lover boy, his pet, his everything, Orange Cassidy, in the AEW International Championship versus the returning Lance Archer. Ladies and gentlemen, the wrong man went over. I'm so done with Orange Cassidy, man. It don't even make no sense. I'm a hardcore Orange Cassidy fan, and I'm saying I'm done with this man. He's overexposed. He needs to be somewhere healing his body up so he can be ready for All In and All Out. But no, he has to continue to go over for what? So that he can open up Dynamite again? No, man. And then Lance came back for nothing. How many title matches is Lance going to come back just to lose in the most goofiest way possible? Jake the Snake Roberts was trying to do something, and then Lance Archer told him to calm down and quit. And so him trying to beat the brakes off of Orange Cassidy and Aubrey mess around and counted Lance Archer out. And that's how OC retained. I said, man, you could have kept this food. You could have put this trash on Dynamite. You could have put this trash on Dynamite. This was utter garbage. It was trash. I didn't give a rat's behind about it. OC retains his doggone championship. Lance Archer came back just to look like a douche. Just to look like Bull. I said, man, terrible, terrible, terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible, man. I'm like, bro, why? You could have, listen, we could have had two crowning moments. We could have had Bullet Club Gold being crowned your new AEW Tag Team Champs. And we could have had my man Lance Archer as your new AEW International Champion. Why? Because Lance Archer, where does he go? He goes all over the place. He doesn't stay on Dynamite. He doesn't stay on Collision. He goes everywhere. He will travel. He will travel and put that championship on the line, which means he won't always be on the freaking show. So you know what you do? You build up credible foes for him, so when he does return, he can face them and beat the brakes off them and then disappear again. But guess what? You keep up with it. You keep up with what he's doing overseas or wherever, all these other promotions that he's putting the title on the line. That's what you do. You don't do this idiotic foolishness where you keep crumbing everybody. You keep crumbing OC down everybody's throat over and over and over again. And then we don't, no, man, no. And guess what? Lance Archer pretty much destroyed the boy's arm or fingers or whatever. Listen, man, I'm so over Orange Cassidy, man. I'm over this clown. I'm over Pockets. Pockets, man, he needs to go. Pockets needs to go somewhere. He needs to sit his behind down somewhere. No, TK got to keep shoving this clown down everybody's throat. Tired of it, man. I'm tired of this. This is stupid. This is how we open up. Man, this is 7 Battle of the Belts. 7 of them. And only one out of the first one and the fourth one. And only 2 that was decent Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts 2, trash. Battle of the Beats 3, trash. Battle of the Belts 5, trash. Battle of the Belts 6, trash. All trash. All trash. And you come back and you did even worse. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. This is how we open up the show. Salute to my man G Nation. He said at this point, Battle of the Belts is just trash. And he's absolutely correct. G Nation is 100% correct. 100% correct. Garbage. Don't care nothing about it, man. So he wins. So ain't nothing. So then the Acclaim come out there. Tony Schiavone introduced him. Calgary crowd go nuts. Platinum Max does his rap. They get out there and they talk about what they getting ready to do. Max Caster says we are going to be on Rampage, and we heard that little trash rap from Harley Quinn and QTV. We're going to see them in the doggone Battle Royal crap that's happening on Rampage. Then Billy Gunn had an opportunity to talk with the crowd for a hot second, talk about he going to scissor everybody in the arena and all that stuff. And then Anthony Bowens got on the mic and he said, we are not only going to be on Rampage doing work, but since we've been getting a whole lot of victories, we are putting our name back in the ticket for the House of Black. We are reinstating a rematch for you clowns on Collision. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Bowens is from Boston. They're going to be in Boston. I don't know where Collision will be at. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be in Boston. They might be in the same place. I don't know. But he said they're going to his hometown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have no clue what's going to happen in this matchup. I don't know if you pull the trigger. Now, this is a situation where I really don't know if you go through with it. You see, the other times you're supposed to. Lance Archer should have won, and the Bullet Club Gold should have won. This particular time, I'm not sure. I am not sure if you pull the trigger, because I thought House of Black should be losing to Andrade's crew. That's what I thought. But Anthony Bourne said that him, Billy Gunn, and Platinum Max want those trios titles, and they want their shot this coming Saturday on Collision. It's a rematch, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if they win it. I don't know. And I don't know if that's the right call to do it. But crowd loved it. Crowd was going hype. You know, everyone loves the Acclaim. They over. They are completely over. They are over, whether people like them or not, but they are over. So this matchup, now Tony and Taya, now again, Taya losing 24/7, but somehow got a title shot. Makes no sense to me, but this is Tony Khan Booker, ladies and gentlemen. This is his idiotic booking. This is what he does. Taya shouldn't even, listen, if you wanted Taya to look strong, she should have been winning like crazy. Every matchup she should have been winning up to this point up. Not just losing one, winning one, losing one, no. And somewhere in Calgary, one of the AEW satellites or truck satellites messed up during this matchup. So we did not get to see the finish of this match. I thought it was ITV. But apparently Ruby helped Tony retain the championship. From what I saw, it looked like it was a decent matchup, but everything was ruined because one of their satellites just started malfunction. I don't know if it was the truck, because what they did, they put on an old Collision episode. I'm like, what the heck are we looking at? But they showcased what happened, and like I say, Tony, she won. She retained the championship. So we get Martha Stewart and Tony Khan presenting the new titles to Willow and Ricky Starks, and I thought this was a great segment. I take my hat off to Miss Martha Owens. I take my hat off to her. All these years, all the mess that she went through, and what TK and them is doing to pay homage to her, pay homage to Owen. I think it was great. I thought, and the crowd was loved it. They all behind her. She hugged Willow, and Ricky gave her a kiss, hugged her, and she gave the titles to both of them, and they took a picture with her and Tony and all that stuff. I thought this was a beautiful ceremony. I thought this was great. So outside of that, this so far is the best part of the whole show. Then we get to the main event. Luchasaurus versus Shawn Spears. I thought was a fantastic match. Your beast monster looked like a beast monster. And I love Christian Cage's reaction because Shawn Spears didn't come to play. He wasn't playing around in this match. He gave Luchasaurus all he had. And Christian's reactions was priceless. I like how he's playing up everything because he knows that as long as Luchasaurus is champion, he's champion as well. But if anybody can take that title away, it's like he has nothing. Now, during this matchup, they kept showing Scorpion Sky watching. Now, I'm sitting up and saying to myself, we don't need to automatically give Scorpion Sky a title shot because everybody and their mama know he's not winning. Build Sky up. Let Sky get some victories. Let him get, I say give Scorpion Sky 4 victories. Give him 4 victories over some Ricky cats or somebody in the back and build him up to then we can set up the match. Listen, he ain't winning that title right now. Luchasaurus ain't losing this title for a long time. But build Sky up. Build him up. That's all we ask. Just build him up to make him a credible foe. Build him up to make him be a credible foe. So when him and Luchasaurus get in that ring, we know they finna do work. Now we know Sky not winning, but we know they're gonna do work. But they kept showing him throughout the entire match, and he was watching. He watched carefully as if he know, okay, I'm next in line. No, I don't want you to be next in line because we know you losing. That's the deal. We don't want you to be next in line because we know what's to happen. We know what's finna pop off. But Luchasaurus then threw Shawn Spears do a doggone table, choking, slamming him all over the place. But Spears said, no, I'm about to choke you. They went at it. I can say this was the best match on the whole Battle of the Belt 7. This match by itself. Like I said, Tony and Tate looked like it was okay, but the TV went out. Whatever the truck or the satellite out there in Calgary did not finish recording that because everybody missed it. I thought it was just us, but everybody missed it. But Ruby ended up spraying her in the face, and Tony retained. That was that. But Luchasaurus, he let Spears get a couple of licks in. He let Spears look great. And like I say, Christian Cage out there looking like a complete clown, acting a fool, doing all this Cartoon Network comedy act crap. But Luchasaurus ends up knocking this clown out, laid his behind out. And you're still your champion, Luchasaurus, as the TNT champion. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how Battle of the Belt 7 go off. Battle of the Belt 7 was utter trash, except for Martha Stewart awarding Ricky and Willow, and then the main event with Luchasaurus and Shawn Spears. Outside of that, Battle of the Belts was skippable. It was the worst show out of all 3 shows that came on tonight. Battle of the Belts was a very skippable show. Very skippable. And that's why I'm so glad that I watched Slammiversary first. Because I wasn't finna sit there and watch no trash picture-in-picture. I hate picture-in-picture. Never will be a fan of picture-in-picture. It's terrible. I'm not finna sit there and watch them trash commercials. I'm like, nope. Oh, and we had Ian from Ring of Honor filling in for Kevin Kelly with Nigel McGuinness tonight. So I don't know where Kevin Kelly was at tonight, or last night, but he filled in for him. And he was rapping to Willow Nightingale's theme song. I forgot to talk about that. He was rapping the Willow Nightingale's theme song, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the rap was cheesy as heck, but I would take his rap over Harley Cameron's rap any day. That's just an honest take. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I done been on here almost an hour. I tell y'all cats all the time, when we come here to spit facts, not fiction. People say an opinion. No, we come here to spit straight facts about what's going on in these wrestling streets, what's going on in these wrestling shows, and we come here to be as authentic as we possibly can. I tell y'all all the time, I apologize if I'm stumbling over my words or anything. I try to be as openly and as honestly as I can possibly be with everybody that decides to even bother listening to me. This is your boy KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. If you are new to this channel, y'all know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button. And also, when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you turn your bells on for notifications. So anytime I'm on, you know the video's finna be straight with nothing but facts. Hit the like button. Leave a comment about what you thought. If you saw Slammiversary, tell me what you thought about Slammiversary. If you saw AEW Collision, tell me what you thought about Collision. If you saw Battle with the Belts, if you missed Battle of the Belts, tell me what you thought about everything that took place. Heck, I didn't even watch Triple Mania, but it sounded like Triple Mania was actually worth watching. Listen, this your boy KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I will talk to y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.